Hello, my name is Joanne Hewins, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I have a blog that is at lovetocreate.typepad.com. Today I'm going to talk to you about making these little treat holders. If you open it, you just can untie the bow, and let me see if I can get under there. It's just tied. And you can open it up. And inside there's a little box ready for some Hershey Kisses. Not Hershey Kisses, Hershey Nuggets. So they'll go right in there like that for you to give your friend or whoever you would like to share. And it'll be inside there. Hopefully it'll kind of stand up. And well, let's make one. Let's see how you do that. I'm going to make another one, and I'm going to be using this paper from Glorious Gingham. And it has on one side a larger diagonal gingham, and on the other side a small little gingham. And it comes in pack. It's 6 by 6. And it comes by pack. Let me get some of the trash. It has Berry Burst, Blueberry Bushel, Lemon Lime Twist, Pecan Pie, and Pretty Peacock. So it has all of those colors for you to use. And I have used up my Berry Burst, and I'm just about out of the green. I think I've got 2 more sheets. I can make 2 more holders if I'd like. And there we go. You can find this in the annual catalog. It is on page 130, and right here it is, 40 sheets, 8 each of those 5 colors. 5 eighths is 40. So let's get started. The other big tool that I'm going to use today is actually found in the mini catalog, and I'm going to pull that out real quick and try to find it. It's in the dies section, and I want to show you because I'm afraid you might just overlook it. And here it is. It's on page 63. Way up here in this corner, it doesn't appear to really be going with much of anything. You can see it on these samples right here. And this is the Deckled Circles dies. So circles, there's a bunch of them, 14 dies in that. So don't overlook it because you're going to want those. You really are. I've used them a lot. And I have the pieces that we're going to need. Let me move that out of the way because I won't need that now. So I have one big circle, and that uses the largest of the deckled dies. I am going to pull that back in and just show you that this almost fills up one of these 6-inch squares. So your circle is going to be what, 5 and 7/8, something like that, 5 3/4. That's a big circle. That's a big circle, and that's why I wanted to try something to do with it that we would fold. So I have that circle. I've got 2 pieces of 6 by 3/4. Now this one has 6 by 1 inch. This one has 6 by 3/4. So you can kind of decide which one of those that you like the best as a thickness, but 2 of those. And then we have 3 of these pieces. These are 1 inch by 3 inch. And this is going to cover our nuggets. So let me get our nuggets over here for that. And then we have 2 little circles. In fact, in the dies, I think I used the second smallest for that. So we have those 2 circles that are going to be the top of our stow hat. Now where I'm from, which is North Carolina, we call hats like this a toboggan. Get your toboggan, or don't forget to wear your toboggan. And I know that some people look at the term toboggan as a sled. Just go with the flow. I'm from the South. You're going to be wearing or making a toboggan. All right, so we are ready to get started on folding our circle. Now I've tried 2 different ways. You see, I made it 2 times. I've tried 2 different ways to score this circle, and I'm going to try it yet a different way. What I did before was I folded this in half, and then I would use my trimmer, and I would put, I think I put 1/4 of an inch. I had the fold, and I would put the fold on 1/4 of an inch and score. And then I would put the fold, that very first fold, on 1/4 of an inch and score again. And those worked okay. I kind of started from folding it in half first, but when you fold it in half first, there's a part that sticks down. Now I tried to take my bone folder and straighten that out a little bit to help with it standing up. But I'm going to try yet a different way. And I think this time I'm going to put this bigger check as the big part, or the knitted part of my toboggan. So I'm going to put my cutter thing way down because I don't want to use it. And I'm going to put my circle so that this end right here goes to 2 5/8. Now I will have the measurements with the video. So I'm going to put my tip of my hat on 2 5/8 this way. And I'm going to kind of try to keep this straight down the fold. 2 5/8. There's 2 1/2. That's probably about 2 5/8. I've got that pretty straight, and I'm going to score. Now I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to put it on 2 5/8 from this way. There's the half, a little bit between those two. I want to make sure my lines are straight, and I'm going to score it there. So hopefully, I know you can't probably see those score lines, but hopefully that's going to work. We'll hope, we'll pray, we'll cross our fingers. So I'm going to bend that and I'm hoping, this is not as wide as that one. We'll see. We'll just see what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and make the box that goes inside of this. So I'm going to pull in my trimmer again, and I'm going to be cutting a piece that is 5, and I am using Pretty Peacock, 5 by 2 1/2. 5 by 2 1/2, because we're just going to put 3 in there. It's not very much. And I'm going to put my cutter again way down at the bottom, and we're going to score all the way around at 1. It took me a long time to figure out measurements for this. My brain just didn't want to click in yesterday when I was working on this. So this is what I came up with. It was my 5th box. The others were way out of whack. So here we are. We'll try this. So I don't know if you can see the score lines on there, but I'll go ahead and fold everything so you can see that. So we're just going all the way around 1 inch, and that leaves a pretty small space in there for me to put the nuggets. So I'm going to come from each side, and I'm going to clip to the score line. And I'm going to come around here and do the same thing from the side on these. Clip up to the score line. Okay, now this is going to actually go inside. You're not really going to see those sides. I'm seeing that one is coming apart a little bit. So maybe that tells me that I should use tearing tape instead of the glue. I used the glue before, so I'm going to bring in tearing tape. That's a little more awkward, but it's okay. For me, it's a little more awkward. Coordination is not my strong point. So I'm going to put, actually, that is not where I wanted to put that. Can I pull it? Well, actually, that came right off. So I'm going to put it right here on this outside part. I can't believe that came off so quickly, so it makes me worried about how good that's going to do. Okay, had I realized I was going to need to use this, I probably would have done that ahead of time. Okay, let's see if I can get that one off like I did the other one. Maybe I can. Let me just stick that there. Actually, that worked. I don't know why. Okay, so I'm going to pull. Maybe I will burnish that better with my bone folder to make sure that that adheres well. And I'll just flick those off. And these will go inside. Like that. And then we'll go over here and work on these the same. Uh-oh. Hard to reach. And let's do this one. I'm making that look much harder than it actually is. It's not hard at all. Okay. And I'm going to, again, burnish those. Okay, and then we will pull these off. Now I see that this one goes way out. All you have to do is just bend it back, and you've got that taken care of. Okay, so probably Seal might work with that. The Seal, I would use the Seal Plus. And the glue, I think maybe I didn't give it enough time to dry, maybe as much as it needed to. Okay, so I'm going to put my bone folder there and there. Oops, I see that glue is showing a little, or the tape, but it really isn't going to matter because I'm going to tape it or glue it in here. Okay, so this will fit in there like this, and I think it might be a little small, but I kind of think we can get that to work. So I'm going to go ahead and bend this here. I'm going to use my Seal Oh, I put that on the wrong side. Please forgive me. Do I have another one I can use? I do. Hold on just a minute. Let me cut that at 3/4. Okay. Always something, isn't there? Mistakes can be made. But I'll use that on something else. So I'm going to lay this here and match it kind of to the bottom of that. I think that'll be fine. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Let's put the tape on this side. And again, I'm going to bend it this way and try to get that along the edge. Okay. And then what I'm going to come back and do is cut. Now this is a deckled circle, so it's going to have little spaces or little bump looking things on there, and I'm not going to try to cut those out. I'm just going to round this little part off. Okay. There we go. We've got that much. So what I'm going to do next is go ahead and roll my nuggets. So I'm going to, let me push some of that trash out of the way. I'm going to first of all take my bone folder. We'll put the small checks on the outside, and I'm just going to kind of curl this paper. And I think that will help it in the long run stay on there a little bit better. I'm going to bring my tearing tape and just put it down. Probably should have done that before I curled all that. Put it down the middle of that on each one. Okay, and then this one. And your seal might be enough on that, especially if you curl your paper a little bit. But I can tell you, I don't think it's going to stay if you don't use tearing tape and curl. But you might can use seal and curl. It tends to want to let go. Now when I put this on, you can see the wrapping here. This is the last wrap, and that's where I'm going to put this so that it just pulls that shut. We're just going to go around like that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, we'll do that one. Now you can make the fit or meet perfectly. I'm not always that good at doing that, but it can be done. Okay, so again, this is the last wrap part, last folded part, and that's what I'm going to use and go on around. Hey, that met perfectly. All right, and so they would just go in here. Okay, now I probably could have beveled the part of that box before I folded it and maybe made that look better. I don't know. I don't think I can do anything much about it now, but like I said, it's going to be glued. Let's stop. It's going to be glued inside there. It's not going to matter. So I'm going to take a little bit of glue and put it on the bottom of that. And I'm going to try to figure out about halfway and just set that in there. And it might not be perfectly halfway. Okay, then I'm going to put some glue here and just fold that up. And again, I'm going to stick my bone folder in there. And then I'm going to do the same here. Okay, and I can see that my hat isn't, well, maybe I can make it look like it's folded about the same. So I'm not so sure that my trying to do the 5 1/8, I'm sorry, what was that? The 2 5/8 from each end maybe didn't work as well as what I said to start with, which I'll review with that in a few minutes. Let me go ahead and put in our nuggets. And it does look like that will stand up. And that's a good thing. Okay, we're going to work on our little pom-poms for our hat. So, you know what I ended up... Okay, I just realized what I did. I cut a new piece because I put the glue on the wrong side, but then I put the glue on the wrong side on both of those. So the whole thing, it doesn't have the contrast that you have on these others. So another mistake. Life goes on. So now I'm wondering if I should put this pom-pom like this. I think I will. I think I will anyway. So I'm going to put, this is how I tried to do it before. I don't know if this is the best way. If you have a good idea, I would love it if you would just say something. These are some little clips that we had before. And I want to put this so that one is on one side and one is on the other, so it can be opened and they can get to the candy. So I'm going to put some tearing tape about like that on this part there. And then I'm going to get another piece of tearing tape. Oh, stuck to my fingers. About there. And I'm going to put that down on this part right here. I'm going to go ahead and pull well, let me see. I'll probably, as I did before, need to burnish a little bit. Now, let me also tell you that these circles are not going to fit together perfectly because they're deckled and they're cut, they're facing actually different directions on that. So, so I'm going to undo, I'm going to put this, I'm not going to pay so much attention to the clothespins right now. What I'm going to do is go ahead and take that off. I'm going to hold this closed the way I want it to be. I'm going to put, this circle behind there and press. Okay, so we've got one, oh, tore up my clothespin. Okay, one here, one here. And so they're going to go together like that, and it might look a little lopsided. I bet you can do a better job. Okay, so I'm going to actually, this is why I'm not so sure about this tearing tape. Holding, but we'll hope. We'll hope. I hope you're not just giving up on me. I really did come up with a product or something I think was a little bit fun to make. I'm going to, this is one of those super small hole punches. Let's see if it says on it what it is. It's retired. 1/16. It's a 1/16 hole punch. And I'm just going to go ahead and do a hole there and move over a little bit and do a hole. So I've got the 2 holes. And we're going to be using, this is the, I've made a mess of it, but this is the Simply Elegant trim that's in the annual catalog. I've already cut off a piece of the silver. And I'm going to run it from the back. Okay, through there. And through there. I guess right now you really can't tell the back from the front, can you? Okay. And then from this end, we'll go through. And through that hole. Okay. And then we'll pull that through. Let's see if they're about the same length. I'm going to pull this one a little bit. And we're ready to tie that. So we're just going to tie it. And let me play with that bow a little bit. Make it a little bit smaller. Not a bad looking bow. And I'm going to trim that down just a little. Okay, so there's our bow. Now I can also work with that with my fingernails a little bit if I don't want it to curl in like that on each other. And that straighten that up a little. Okay, we're going to go to the decoration now. And I've decided I have been using this stamp set, the Sparkling Snowflakes stamp set. And for these other 2, I used this snowflake. I'm going to try the smaller one this time and see what happens with that. So I'm going to bring in Lost Lagoon. It's a little bit lighter than the Pretty Peacock. And a piece of white scrap. And I'm going to stamp, here it is. Okay, I'm going to stamp my snowflake. And I'm going to see if I can pick a circle that will work on that. What I used for that larger one was this circle. Well, no, it was the circle number 3. This is circle number 2. So I'm going to cut this through off camera real quick. And I'll get right back to you. I was thinking that a smaller one might look better. Okay, my problem here is that I have misplaced one of my clear plates underneath my cutter, my trimmer. So, sorry about that. You know, it's a lot of little mistakes, but I don't think they're all that bad. We just have to realize that mistakes are made and move on, don't we? So here's my my smaller snowflake that I use with the number 2 size from the inside, number 2 from the inside. I'm going to bring in the Pretty Peacock and stamp this little saying. This is from the stamp set that's in the mini catalog, So Sincere. It's just a really sweet set that has a lot of sayings. And let's see if I have it real close. Yes, I do. Right here. So Sincere. Alrighty, so I'm going to take my snips and I'm just going to cut around this saying. Doesn't matter really how it's going to go. It's okay. Let me step over and get glue dots. I really like that I've started doing the taping. I'm sorry I hadn't made a tape in a while. But I like that I'm doing it in a different room, and it's the room where all my stuff is. So hopefully when I've forgotten something, I can just get it quickly. And I'm going to set that in there. Excuse me, just like that. A little bit of glue. And it will go right in there. Just going to hold that for a couple seconds. Now, I could have used dimensionals. Okay, and then there's one last thing that I'm going to do for this one that I did not do for my berry burst, and that is add some snowflakes. Now, this is from the online store. I've just about used my white, so let me pull what I've got left. This is this adhesive-backed snowflake assortment. So I'm going to put one right over here, and maybe one up in there somewhere. And then I've got a couple of little ones sticking way down in there. Can I get them? Yeah. So I think I'll put one of these smaller ones right in there. So there it is. It will, nope, I started to say it will stand up, but it maybe won't. I think if you play with it a little bit, you can get it to stand a little bit better. There's a leaning one. But anyway, I think they're so cute, and I hope that you might try to use one. I'm going to make a PDF that goes with this, and all of that will be linked here and on my blog post. So I appreciate you watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and that you will have a nice Thanksgiving holiday. And let me just give this one some snowflakes. And I think that takes care of my white snowflakes. Okay, I'm not going to tie that one back right now. Thank you so much for joining me. If you need supplies, I'm happy to help you with that. If you go to my blog at lovetocreate.typepad.com, you will see a link that goes to my online store, and actually underneath this video there's also a link that goes to my online store. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.